Hey everybody, how's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and I'd like to share with you my journey of going from 0 subscribers and a brand new channel to over 1,000, well, just over 1,000. I think it has been an amazing ride, a lot of fun, but it's not necessarily obvious what you need to do to grow a gaming channel at this stage of YouTube's evolution. And so I want to just give you my tips for what I did that I think helped me arrive at 1,000 subscribers, and the things that I messed up on, and the things that I feel are teachable moments or strategies that you can put into practice right now if you're thinking about booting up a gaming channel. Tip number 1 is to make lots and lots and lots of videos. If you look, it took me over 800 videos to get to 1,000 subscribers. Now, I'm not saying that most people will ever make that many videos or need to make that many videos to get to 1,000. That's just what happened for me. I went with this mantra of trying to fail fast, and the idea is to make as much stuff as you can so that you can see what works and what doesn't. When I first started out, I was only putting out like one video every once in a while. I had no plan. I didn't know what I was doing. And then as I steadily decided I'm going to go for this and ratcheted up my production, I went to doing a video every day, to 2 videos a day, to 3, and now I do 5 or 6, or sometimes more each day. I don't necessarily believe that that's a sustainable pace, but it's the pace that I used when I had the energy and the willpower to do it. And so kind of like when you have that energy, you got to ride it, you got to use it, you got to be making stuff so that when you hit lulls, you can at least have produced a bunch of stuff. And that's the idea. You can't be tentative. You can't feel like, well, I'm worried about this. I'm going to over edit these videos. I need to like make this perfect or whatever. You need to just get as much stuff out as you can so that you have a foundation to work from. Most importantly, making a lot of videos gets you practice on the process of making videos. You're not going to understand how to properly use your streaming software, your capture software, how to configure your physical and digital setup, how to use your video editing software, how to make thumbnails, how to use YouTube and post things on YouTube, how to create a workflow for yourself, how to find out what a manageable schedule is for you given your own time constraints, how to get your audio levels figured out, smoothed out, and all of your other technical stuff sharpened so that you're ready to go and ready to produce videos as efficiently as you can. The only way to get there is by practice, and you're going to make a lot of bad videos. If you look back at my early videos, they're bad. I didn't know what I was doing, but they were learning experiences. Another thing that these learning experiences do for you is it helps you work on your presence and persona as a creator. It's impossible to just begin understanding exactly what your voice is going to be, what you're going to bring to this creative process. It might start out as just you simply talking just to get comfortable with the microphone and the business of speaking while you're playing a game to people that aren't there, if you're just recording by yourself, or to figure out how to play your game and stream at the same time and have a personality and host the dialogue from your chat simultaneously to the activity of the game to create a balanced, interesting, engaging, and fun commentary for people watching live or people watching after the fact. By doing more videos, you become more comfortable with yourself talking and try to figure out, what do I want to say? How do I want to present myself? How do I want to come across? Do I want to create a character that's different from me in some respect? Do I want to focus on some gimmick or aspect of gameplay or aspect of a personality? Whatever it is, you can't develop that voice until you see what you have. And so you have to make a lot of videos, and then you have to go back and watch your videos, listen to your videos, quality check yourself to make sure that what you're producing is good, decent, take feedback from others, and use that feedback to enhance your process and your product. You gotta experiment. You're gonna evolve and make changes. Some things are gonna work, some things are not. They're gonna fall on their face. That still happens to me. And what I love about this strategy of just producing a lot of volume, if you can, is that it quickly and more broadly gives you data to work with to isolate what's working, what should I focus on, and what's not working. And maybe how can I take what's not working and either make it better, or what's working and tweak it up, or double down on what's working in all of my content to elevate every piece of entertainment and content, video, live stream, recording, podcast, whatever it is, to elevate everything, the entire business of it. Another thing I love about casting a wide net and creating a lot of videos is what I also do is not only do I make a lot of videos, but I make a lot of videos about a lot of different games. I'm not making all 800 videos on one game. You could do that if that's your style, if that's what you want to do, that's fine. If you feel that you can keep fresh, vital, interesting, engaging commentary up over 800 videos on the same content, then do that by all means. I know myself, and this is something I discovered by doing this, which is that I work better by keeping things fresh for myself. It helps me see with new eyes so that I don't become jaded or frustrated or salty or anything, just bored, because that all comes across. If you're angry, if you're frustrated, if you're bored, if you're not feeling it, that will come across no matter what you try to do. And so that generally creates worse content. I mean, it can be funny, if you die and you get upset and you're emotional, that can be engaging, that can be part of it. But if that's the whole tone of your video, it might not work out, is all I'm saying. Now, I didn't start that way, doing lots and lots of games. I started with just a couple of games and just did that a bunch to learn it. And then I decided, I need to branch out. I need to expand to see if I'm missing out on a trend or a niche or some area of opportunity that I don't even know about. And so it also gives you the opportunity to see what else is available, to expand your portfolio, to diversify your content, so that if the game that you're working on, just all interest drops out of it, you have your hand in other pies. You can pivot, you can do something else. You have practice with different types of games, different communities. You have built a reputation within them so that you can easily code switch between them. You never know about what game is going to work and when it's going to work and how you should time a video's release or when you should jump in on something necessarily until you do it, and then you wait for a while to see how those results pan out. Sometimes the results work instantly and you can see whoa, I got a whole bunch of views on this, I need to go into this. Other times you just are slowly planting these seeds to see what takes. Timing a game can be hard, but the more data you can get by creating more videos, by being patient, by putting out as much as you can, will help you dial in on exactly what is working, and will give there's just more of your stuff out there that people can latch onto and find in the sea of content that's on YouTube. I know I'm talking a long time. I'm a college professor. I can talk for hours. I apologize, but all of this is meant to be just a kind of diatribe about exactly what I'm thinking on this process in order to help you get to where you want to be as a content creator. Please excuse my rambling, I guess. All right. If step 1 is to make a lot of videos, step 2 is to educate yourself on everything that you're doing. You need to become a student of YouTube or Twitch or Facebook gaming, wherever you're putting out your content. You have to watch videos, read web pages, listen to podcasts that give you advice and counsel about how to best approach that platform, and preferably in the most current stuff you can find, because things that were working in 2010 on YouTube do not work now. So you need to be up to date, and you need to just know your stuff. And this applies to editing, recording, making thumbnails, and all of the equipment that you're using. So these steps don't need to be done in any particular order. These are just tips, that I've organized as I put this out. And you just need to continuously be learning and get this stuff down. By making a lot of videos, you will help educate through practice, but you still need to go outside yourself and search for things. If you only do it by practice, you won't even know necessarily what you should be fixing or what's really possible unless you learn from other content creators, specifically their advice on how to engage YouTube, how to customize videos and descriptions and all that stuff, or just by going to content creators you like and really just sitting down and breaking down, what do you think's effective about their process and their product? What can I learn from this? How can I incorporate this into my own content journey? This will inspire you. This will help give you feedback, and you can use this along with careful revision of your own creation to begin to ratchet up your quality. I recommend, personally, just off the top of my head, the Digital Drop podcast for learning all things about being a content creator and how to make that your business. And Roberto Blake is another one who, he's not necessarily specifically talking about gaming content. He's just talking about being a YouTuber or being an entrepreneur. But he, I feel like, has a good working knowledge and is a positive person and can inspire you. You might not like these sources. You may find your own. I'm just offering some that I've used that I found to be knowledgeable and have used their advice to my own success, as modest as it is. I also enjoy alpha gaming content, and that's more gaming focused. So these are just some short suggestions, and I'll put links in the description below. For your software solution, whether that be for capturing your videos or editing them, I recommend just trying different things and educating yourself once you have picked a platform or a software suite so that you can know at least what you're doing. I personally use Slobs, Streamlabs, OBS to handle all of my capturing and streaming stuff. And I use Adobe Creative Cloud software, Premiere Pro, Photoshop to do my thumbnail and video editing. But there's many alternatives out there. Slobs is free. And before I went down the Adobe road, I was doing free software for video editing with Lightworks, and I was doing free thumbnail editing with Paint.net. And there's many others that you could use as well if you're on a budget. Once you figure out what you like, check out as much content as you can and figure out how to use your stuff, and then get into it. And then when you're making all those videos, questions will emerge, and then just isolate those and fix them as you can. That being said, I'm saying educate yourself on everything. I'm saying learn how to do everything. And it's very overwhelming at first. I had no idea how to do any of this stuff when I started out. And you just got to dive in and just admit that your early stuff is going to be bad, and slowly focus on one aspect of your creation process and tweak that, and then move on to another, and then come back to that. So for example, At first, I just had to learn how to even record. So I was like focusing on just using Streamlabs OBS to get my stuff down, to figure out how to configure my microphone to be picked up by the software, to figure out, oh, okay, I need to put my game over here on this window, and I need my computer to be running in this fashion to get this to work, and I need to set up my camera, and I want a logo on the screen, and all of the little nuance that went into that. Then I was like, oh, I'm going to be posting this on YouTube. And at first, I honestly was just like using the random thumbnails that YouTube would generate, and those are terrible, but it's at least something as a placeholder. And then I was like, oh, you know what, my thumbnails are bad, and I'm never going to get views on this stuff because my thumbnails are so bad, and thumbnails are one of the most important parts of the whole thing. So I dove into just looking at other thumbnails and trying to replicate those and trying to figure out how to use my software to do that. Then I was like, you know what, my audio quality is not that great. I should watch a bunch of videos about how to improve my audio quality. How do I change my equipment? How do I reconfigure things? What do I need to do to elevate that? And then I just kind of bounced around. Oh, my YouTube titles are terrible. My YouTube descriptions are terrible. How do I figure that out? How do I do tags? How do I do SEO? And then you just figure something out, and you build on that, and then you say, okay, that's good enough for now. What other areas do I need to shore up? What needs to be redressed? And then you isolate that, and then you just kind of pick things up, and slowly over time, as you're creating all of these videos, each little piece of the puzzle begins to be refined and starts to fall into place, and you get something that you're happy with. That being said, it doesn't mean that you won't evolve and change over time. I mean, it's amazing how different my videos were from the beginning to now. Some things do remain the same, and there is some small consistency, but overall, I have, I think, overhauled every single aspect of the process at one point. And then the final thing I want to say about education is that you can never stop learning. And this is just a life lesson. I know it really sounds corny, but this is something that I always try to carry with me in life, which is you are never at some mountaintop of epistemological excellence where you're like, I know everything. I know the ends. I know everything that's, could possibly be known here. I'm a master. And I need to no longer bother informing myself about this topic. Things are changing all the time. Other content creators are pushing the envelope, and you need to make sure that you are upping your game as much as you can, learning from others, and evolving your process every step of the way. There's stuff being made all the time about how to re-optimize, what are new strategies, what are the new trends, and you just always want to kind of keep yourself in that loop of being informed and being a student of the process, so that you don't miss a trick and get left behind by people who have elevated their game beyond yours. Step 3 for going from 0 to 1,000 for me is make sure on YouTube that you're responding to every comment quickly and kindly. All right? If you're doing Twitch and you're trying to build your YouTube base simultaneously while you're doing YouTube, same thing applies. When you're playing the game, acknowledge people in chat, be friendly, nice, and try to engage all of the comments that you can, because you're trying to build a community on YouTube, Twitch, Discord, all of your platforms where you have a group of like-minded, friendly people that can get together, have fun, chat about the games or whatever, and will keep coming back and enriching the conversation. One of the main appeals of gaming content over something like Netflix is the social dimension. You want to connect with people, build relationships, make friends, and discuss whatever you can in a way that's welcoming and friendly, so that people feel like, I can go here, I can participate, I can be part of something. I have friends that we can discuss interests, similar interests with, and what this does is help you as a creator to stay motivated, interested, and invested by giving you people that will support you just as you try to support them in return. And this reciprocity just makes the whole business more, it makes it come to life, really. It animates it, and it takes it from being just you sitting in your basement or wherever playing your game by yourself, and makes it something collaborative. And that's the real key that I learned personally, is when you can take your content and then it becomes dynamic, organic, and collaborative, where you're responding to people, people are responding to you, and you are then working together to make something. This is when the entire project elevates, and you will start to see more views and more engagement. Again, it won't happen overnight, but anytime you get a person who's like, I'm willing to take the time of my life to participate in what you're doing and give you comments, jump on that. Don't let it slip by. Respond quickly. Don't wait, a few days. Strike while the iron is hot. Maybe the person is still there and they can respond back and you can spark a conversation. This is what you're trying to do. Another thing that's important about this dimension is people are going to give you all kinds of comments, and you need to remain humble, okay? So people are going to, at least in my case, I'm just an average video game player, if that. And so people are going to tell me things I'm doing wrong. People are going to tell me things I'm missing. And people are going to tell me better strategies, better routes for whatever game I'm playing. And instead of, having my ego hit and feeling like, oh, well, it's easy for you to say or whatever, I say thank you. I am grateful. I express gratitude for the person taking the time to respond and helping me with the game. And then you engage them, and you're positive and you're responsive, and you say thank you for telling me that. And then you make that change in your next video, and they see, hey, what I say actually influences this person in a good way, and I want to keep coming back and participate and help them with the game so that they can enjoy it more. Because really, nobody wants to just bounce their head against a wall in a game or get stuck, unless you're some kind of masochist. And having people help you is key, because a lot of your other viewers, if they're not actively helping you, they might be playing along or getting stuck too, and then they see how you got out of the jam and it helps them, and then you create a piece of entertainment that's also educational, and then you have a multifaceted piece of work that creates value in different ways, and that is also what elevates your content. So you want to be humble, learn from people's criticism, and be nice. That doesn't mean if somebody's trolling you or just being outright mean that you tolerate that. Of course, you can block people's comments if they're just going to be not helpful and not constructive and just making personal attacks or something like that. Just block them. Just say thank you, move on. In my experience, that is by far the minority. Most people want to be kind and help you, or just express that they're enjoying it or something like that. It's mostly positive. So just kick out the riffraff and do your best to move on from it, and just don't engage it. Don't put negative stuff all over your channel where you're getting into it with people like that, unless that's just how you want to handle it. If you want to do it that way, that's fine. My personal approach is to just kind of kill them with kindness, turn the other cheek, just remain, take the high road, basically. And if I can't take the high road, then I just ignore it or remove the comment. The nice thing about creating friends in this digital space is that the friends that you make will keep coming back and motivate not only others to view your content, because they'll see, hey, people are engaging with this. There's a lot of views on this video. There's a lot of comments. There's a lot of likes. YouTube and a lot of social media platforms anymore, or content showcase platforms, are very much winner-take-all mentality sometimes. And I guess what I mean by that is, like, if people see a lot of views, then that begets more views, and then it begets more views. And so you want to take part in that momentum. Friends will come back and will comment and will help you gain momentum. And so that motivates others to view your content and boost the algorithm and all that stuff. But perhaps more importantly, at least for me, what it does is it motivates me. Like when I see that people are engaging it, I feel like, oh, okay, I actually am getting a response here. I'm going to just play this game. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to take what they did and respond to it. And then I'm going to keep going. Like, if I saw nobody engaging, it's discouraging. And honestly, that's how the beginning is. I was just uploading video after video after video, and nobody would say anything except my close friends who I showed this stuff to. You just have to endure these dry spells. And even now, I post videos, 0 comments, and that's just part of it. But when you do get those comments, jump in, be nice, and humble. The final thing I want to say about this, with the comments that you get and the feedback and the living conversation that emerges on these YouTube videos, which is so exciting, is that I never knew how much I didn't know about the games I'm playing until I heard from viewers. I mean, I would just play the game and enjoy it, but I never knew, like, there's so much nuance, so much detail, so much has gone into breaking games apart, understanding the mechanics of them, finding every secret, every Easter egg. And what I figured out is that I can come into it and just not know, and people want to come and help you and show you things that they've found or that they've heard about. And this enriches the conversation. It helps you have more fun with the game. You find secrets. You understand more how the game itself operates, how the underlying mechanics of the game work. You get better at the game, then you thereby create better content. You can educate others about what people are posting in your comments section and share that information with your viewers. What you want to do is acknowledge people who have taken the time to come in and post. So I like to try to just call people out in the video and say, hey, thank you to this person or that person for making this comment, or, so-and-so was warning me about this or told me to go over here and do this. And then that lets people know that if they participate, they might get a shout out and then feel like, oh my gosh, I'm a part of this, beyond just the comments section. And oh my gosh, this person is actually viewing and reading and understanding and applying my comment. Not to say that, like, I'm some kind of celebrity. I'm not. I'm just a regular person. But even acknowledgement from just a regular person is such a valuable gift and connection. And it helps get more viewership, more engagement, helps you become better at the game. And so by making lots of videos, you create an opportunity to get more comments over the wide haul. And these comments will not just come in the first week or day or month that you publish this. I get comments on videos that are months old, and it allows you to go back, revisit that, and then keep the video alive, keep the conversation going. And then that drives more views to your older content, so you can build a larger and larger catalog to work from. Additionally, you'll also start to see by what is getting engaged and what is getting comments, what people like, what's working, what's not working. And you can pivot and make decisions as a creator on, I need to go into this space, or I should move over into this space and try a different game or a different approach. Or, like, people start talking about some aspect of the game that you were kind of minimizing or not really focusing on, and you're like, whoa, I need to cover this. Like, people are really interested in this. I can create videos about this and then get YouTube search because people are searching for this particular Easter egg or hidden part of the game or niche challenge or whatever, and they want to get more. Step 4 for getting to 1,000 subscribers for me has been to make sure you use social media to promote your content. But you have to do this in a way where your focus isn't just spamming people with links to your content and pictures of your thumbnails, but rather by building a community and having conversations with people in different spaces and getting overlap and extension of your viewer base into different platforms, so that people who, for example, love to use Twitter can also find out about you, or people who are on Facebook or Reddit can find out about you, and then perhaps migrate on over to YouTube. But you have to remember that getting people off of one social media platform onto another is generally very difficult, so you have to provide them with a lot of value that's appropriate to that platform to get them to trust you and click on your link. You want to, every once in a while, what I like to do is just check the subreddit for the game that I'm playing and see what is there in terms of other people posting similar content, or find places where I can share on Twitter, and then make a post that is promotional but has thought to it and explains why people should watch it, and do that every once in a while, but not too much. If you do it too much, people are going to just ignore it. But if you find yourself in a place where you can every once in a while make a good post that is self-promotional, those kinds of things can help drive some traffic, but don't expect it to happen overnight. You might have a big hit and it will get upvoted or recirculated very quickly, or it might just be something that people find over time. You never know, but you still want to plant those seeds. As you can't tell already by the way that I'm talking, Reddit is my favorite social media platform for driving traffic to YouTube, because it's the one where you can have the most in-depth and longest conversations. You can create a post that talks about why you love the game, or what you want to find in the game, or what you've discovered, and then you can get people talking. They might not even watch your video, but they might want to talk to you about the game, and then you just follow the rule above about comments, and you just be very nice and welcoming and friendly with these people, and post back as soon as you can to create conversations in other places. You never know when the traffic is going to happen. You never know what's going to take to get somebody there, but the more eyeballs you can get, the better. What I found was that I used the Let's Play subreddit when I was first starting out, and I found that to be very helpful to get some comments, some feedback, some eyeballs. But when you're posting on subreddit, another thing I like to do is just, like I said, find if there's a game or a platform or a genre type, and post my Let's Play there. I always just post the first episode of the Let's Play. I don't post episode 13 or whatever like that, unless maybe I hit some big milestone like 50 and it's been a month, and people want to know about an ongoing and very, very robust series to check out, maybe. But I like to post the first episode just to see if people want to dive in. And what you have to do is you have to read the rules of the subreddit and make sure that you're following them, and you don't want to upset the moderators or the other people in the community. You want to be a part of it. So you might need to post first just some questions or, ideas or comments. Then you can get away with throwing in a link once you've established a reputation within the community. So that's something to think about. Incidentally, my best success for driving traffic from Reddit to YouTube was when someone else posted a link to my video, because I think it's not viewed as self-promotional in that way, and this person had clout with the community from years and years of posting, so they had trust, they had badge value, and they were able to get lots and lots of views to my page and subscriptions to my page, like a ridiculous amount of traffic, basically doubling my subscriber base at the time. That was extremely lucky that I got someone else that I did not know or solicit to do this to post the link. Actually, and what ended up happening was I just kind of looked at my YouTube one day and I noticed I was getting a lot of views and a lot of subscriptions. I was like, what is even happening? How is this? What's going on? And then the person contacted me and I found out, this was this created a success over on Reddit, and then that gave me success on YouTube, a small modicum of success. You might say, well, this is luck, and that's not very good advice. And there is a lot to that. I couldn't control that happened. But what you have to do is you have to kind of like make your own luck by following step number 1. I made lots and lots of videos. I didn't know that making a video on RuneScape, for example, would be successful, or Graveyard Keeper. I had no idea that these games would take off and be some of my most successful games on the channel, but they were. And I only found that out because I was experimenting. I was trying wildly all over the place. I would have certain games that I thought for sure, oh yes, this game is going to rock it. It's very popular. The time is right. I'm going to do something great here. And it just didn't work out. And then because I had lots of videos up, I created my own luck by putting myself in a position to be successful when opportunity knocked. You know, it's like Wayne Gretzky says, you miss all the shots that you don't take, or whatever. And it's true. You need to just go out there and just cast a wide net and see what sticks. And it takes time, and it's very unpredictable. But the more you do, the bigger opportunity you create for yourself. Every video you make has an opportunity to be loved by YouTube's algorithm, or by getting a bunch of likes, or be circulated on social media. And this is another reason to make as much content as you can in this journey, and to not sit back and just say, okay, I'm gonna wait and see how this video does. You need to get on to the next piece, because it generally takes a long time to develop. And this leads into my final step, step number 5, which is to be patient. This is the hardest one to follow, because we're used to instant gratification. We want to see results right away. We want to see the subscribers go up, the views go up, everything, just all of the indices just flying up in exponential growth. We want to, blow up and go viral, and then just have a dump truck of money and success pulled up into our front yard, or whatever. It doesn't happen like that. I mean, it maybe does one in a million times, but for the most part, it does not work like that. It is a slow, grueling process. It is painfully slow at first. I think I sat on, like 10 subscribers forever before I even made any kind of headway. And then you'll have a thing where it's like, oh, I got 2 subscribers in a day, or 5 subscribers in a day. I feel great. Like I've made it. I've arrived. And then you'll have days where there's no subscribers, and it goes up and down, and it's just an amazingly painful roller coaster that you can't predict. You can do very little to control, and you just have to keep working and be patient. It takes months to gain traction, and I mean, like, not like I've gained any kind of significant amount of traction, but I gained enough to get here, and it took a long time. It took extreme patience, extreme tenacity, a lot of hard work, a lot of days when I would have days where I'd lose subscribers. I'd be like, how is this even possible? What happened? And you just have to keep pushing through. 99% of the people are going to fail because they quit, because they can't handle the fact that it doesn't happen overnight and it requires a lot of hard work. This is an extremely competitive space, and so you have to work harder than the next person and be patient and resilient. You want organic growth that steadily grows your channel over the long haul. Short-term growth is exciting and can be great, but it might not mean that much in a few weeks. You might have people who get really pumped and something blows up, but then those viewers just kind of drift away. You want those viewers who come back every day to your channel, or every few days, to check in and see what content you've created. And that's a slow process that's built up on trust and consistency. You need to be patient, and you need to be consistent. You have to keep making content. People have to see that, oh, this channel keeps producing content, and so I can come back here for new videos. If they see like, oh, it's been 2 weeks and there's no video upload, they might bail forever and never come back. And so it's not like you have to put something out every day, but you need to create some kind of consistent and reliable delivery schedule. You need to create trust and reliability in your audience. It took me over 800 videos to get to 1,000 subs. It was a lot of work, and it required a lot of patience. It will probably not require most of you that many videos to do that. I was kind of insane and just made as many videos as I could, and I might have, it might have not been the best process or the most efficient, but it's what I did, and it worked for me. Everyone, let me reiterate these points one more time. Number 1, make a lot of videos. Make as many videos as you can and post them to get feedback, to get better at making videos, and to plant seeds for your channel. While you're doing this, educate yourself on how you can get better at every aspect of this, because it's complicated. There's a lot of moving parts, but there's great resources available on YouTube and other places Reddit to get you where you need to be in terms of the knowledge base that allows you to create quality content. Respond to your comments as quickly as you can to build up a community of friendly, helpful people. Use social media in a sophisticated way to drive traffic to your website. Don't just spam your content. Become part of the Reddit communities. Be part of the subreddits. And then people will trust you and check out your videos. And finally, and this is probably the most important, you have to be patient. This is a marathon, not a sprint. It will take a long time to get there, but the gains are possible. You can do this, and it becomes a very exciting process once things start to move beyond the initial phase of like 1 subscriber a week or whatever it is, and then you will start to see your hard work pay off. All right, everyone. I know I rambled. I know I talked for a long time. I went way in the weeds on this, but it's something I'm very passionate about, and I feel like I want you to be knowledgeable about and excited about, because I want your content creation dream to happen. I very much believe in the idea of abundance, meaning that there is an opportunity for all of us. There's enough viewership for all of us. It's not like it's a zero-sum game where we're fighting each other for eyeballs here. We can all add something unique and interesting. We're not in competition with each other necessarily. We can all help each other along, and this is my bid to kind of try to help out. And to continue that, please, in the comments below, anything at all that I can help you with about my own journey or your journey on getting from 0 to 1,000 and beyond, I would love to help out and just share my story and share my knowledge. Again, my story is unique. It might not be repeatable. It might be bad. And I might have done things wrong, but this is what I did. My knowledge is incomplete. I'm learning and trying to learn every day, but I can still give you all of my best effort to help you succeed. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an excellent evening or day, and I will check you all in the next episode. I'm going to try to create more tutorials about YouTube and the creation process, seeing if that was valuable. If you guys like this, please let me know below. Any questions, let me know below. Also, I'm going to link in the description below the playlists for the videos that I'm showing in the background for the games if you want to watch, and gear links so you can see like what gear I'm using. It is definitely not top tier stuff, but you can get an idea of what setup I have going if you're interested. Okay, everybody, take care.